And I'm so excited.
More Thanksgiving month on Corona Kitchen.
I know. I don't care if I'm cooking for 2 people or 35. I love Thanksgiving.
I have to tell you, making that chutney last night really got me in the mood.
Yeah, it did me too. I want some.
I can't wait for what you're making right now. It sounds so good.
I know. I'm excited. It's so funny because I've made this coffee sauce for years that I've put on the sweet potatoes, and I vary up the sweet potatoes how I actually cook those, but the sauce stays. It's good on a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. The sauce stays, but it's good on ice cream. It's good just to stick your finger in and eat it.
In front of the TV.
Yeah, just eat the sauce. And it's also like one of the things that can really, like, I have just done it on plain old baked sweet potatoes, like just made regular sweet potatoes, but have this sauce, and you don't have to do anything else.
Wow.
It's just this sauce. So
I love the things that just enhance the traditional Thanksgiving meal. And this also sounds like one of those ones that if you were invited somewhere, and not everybody's doing that, clearly.
Yeah.
If you're like, here, hostess gift, sauce. Ulterior motive. It's gonna make your yams really good.
It'll help you.
It'll help.
Oh man. Yeah. So but today I actually felt good enough to get into my sewing room. It's been a while.
I'm so glad you feel better. God.
Yeah, that was a long road. And I don't know if I probably said it on here. My back went out when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And it stayed out until after the election.
But see how the stress is related to the mind-body connection? Yeah. I mean, it really is.
I tried not to. I mean, I was like, don't do that. That's just stupid.
I know, but sometimes it's so in your bones of what a bummer something is that you can't get it out.
Well, it's the collective. The whole collective was just we've been in a trauma for, let's just admit it, 4.5 years. Yeah. Since we realized he was going to be the nominee, and we knew he grabbed people it was kind of weighing on us all.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to make this yummy sauce. It won't take long, but you'll be happy you know about it. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I'm excited. I love this kind of thing. And the combination of flavors, it's like my 3 favorite things: coffee, maple,
bourbon, and maple. All right, so here's I don't know, you've probably seen me do this before.
Okay.
But in case you've missed it, this is my hack. I cannot reach the top of my cabinet, which you don't have to show, husband.
Oh, okay.
So I use my rubber spoon grippers, and I grab what I need.
You mean your palms?
Okay. And that's how I reach the top of the shelf.
Okay. Again, I need to say to you, Debrianna, we have something in common. I don't do it with tongs, but I do it with my rubber spatula, because I have all my glass mason jars at the top, and it sticks.
Oh, cool.
But we both made that rubber connection.
Yes, the grabber. This
to not being tall enough. Not being tall enough in the kitchen.
Okay, so this is my other ingredient. This is not the espresso that I normally get. I normally get the one that's from Italy, but they did not have it at Tellin. They had this. This is instant espresso.
Okay.
And I don't drink it like this, but I use it to enhance flavors.
Okay.
Like if I want to really kick up a coffee, like in my baking. If I'm going to add like a coffee flavor to my chocolate, I will add a little bit of this too, and that just intensifies the coffee flavor.
You're not making actual coffee.
I am. I did already. I made strong coffee.
Okay.
But I'm going to kick it up with the.
You're going to do both. You're doing both. Okay. Okay. Oh, I love it. It's a lot of caffeine.
Which you need on Thanksgiving. You start to fall asleep from the turkey, then you eat the coffee sauce. It's all
I
good.
do it every day. What does that say about me?
So this is strong coffee. That's 1.5 cups going in that little pot right there.
How much is this going to make?
It makes about 3/4 cup.
Okay.
But I have served this at a table with 25 people, and it's enough because you don't need very much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a drizzle on top of your potatoes.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to start that now. I'm going to put in a bunch of other ingredients.
Okay.
So why I've always followed the recipe and never figured this part out, I really don't know. But I'm going to try and figure out something tonight.
Okay.
This recipe calls for 9 tablespoons of maple syrup. And every year, because I'm a routine, I like tradition, I always measure out 9 tablespoons. Now, 9 tablespoons must equal something.
And you've never actually...
And I've never done it. I've always just measured out carefully 9 tablespoons. 2, 3, 4. This is what? This is 1/2 cup? Yeah.
I bet you it's going to be a cup.
5, 6.
We're close.
7.
Drum roll.
Hey, there's the mark.
Now, why?
It's
I
gonna
asked
be
you.
just shy of a cup.
It is, and I'm going to
it's
say
just about a cup.
It's 1/2 cup. Now, why did not the recipe say 1/2 of a cup?
They want you to suffer.
Why? Why, I ask you?
I don't know.
So I've just made this easier for all of you lovely people that might want to make this coffee maple syrup.
Strange. Why do they do that?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I'm going to add 3/4 teaspoon of this instant espresso. This is not as strong as, I don't think, as the Italian one I usually get. So I'm going to add 3/4. Normally I'd add 1/2.
You usually use Lavazza, that one?
Yeah. Yeah, there's it's really a really good, and it's ground much finer than this. This kind of looks like, remember like Folgers? Instant coffee like that, or chock full of nuts. That's what this looks like. It doesn't smell like that though.
My grandfather drank Folgers every morning.
Really?
I have Lavazza. I could have given you some.
Oh well. They didn't have any, sometimes they just don't have it at Talon, and that's really the only place I get it anymore. It's hard to find.
Okay, just so you know, and the audience is watching right now, there's a literal discussion going on how many 9 tablespoons is. Like, no one is agreeing what it is. And then someone just said, well, you can Google it.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to Google it. I could have, but I didn't want to.
She wanted to do it in person.
I wanted to know on my very own. Okay, so I just added 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Okay, brown sugar, 3 tablespoons.
Yep.
And
I'm going to let that has to reduce down over kind of a medium to high heat. I've got it coming up to a boil. Now that's got to reduce till it's about 1/2.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It says, this recipe says over high heat till the sugar dissolves, bring to a boil until it's thickened. This dumb recipe says it's 6 to 7 minutes. It is not. It takes longer. So once it's reduced by about, I don't know, close to 1/2, it starts to get thick. That's when I'll add the bourbon. With the stove turned off.
Right.
Because it's alcohol.
Yeah.
And 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm going to cook it again until it coats the back of a spoon, a wooden spoon.
Wow.
And you just really want to get it so that it coats that, because as it sits, it thickens up even more.
Okay.
And then you're done.
How long does it last? Do you refrigerate it after?
I've kept it for about a week, or well, it can actually, I bet it can last longer than that though, because of the alcohol in it. I would say it would last about a week or two. So I usually make it ahead. And this is how I cook. This is the best way to cook the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
If you cut them up into chunks and mix them with olive oil and salt, and then use some smoked paprika and roast them. That is an exquisite flavor with this.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if all you ever want to do is make plain old baked sweet potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes with your turkey dinner, this elevates it incredibly.
I'm going to do this. I'm doing this.
It's super easy.
I'm going to do it.
See, on my Thanksgiving, I have everything mapped out. What I do on Monday, what I do on Tuesday, what I do on Wednesday. And I have like everything is in pieces that way. So usually I make all the sauces and the butters and stuff like that on the Tuesday before.
Sauces make these dinner parties. I mean, they really make a dish unique and homemade, and the particular flavor complexity that you're doing right now is just, it's going to be spectacular. And then you just like take the roasted sweet potatoes and drizzle it over them.
Yeah, I usually put it on the table in a like a gravy boat. I have small ones. Okay. And I put them one on either end of the table, and then people can do it themselves.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So that's my life with this syrup. And once I discovered it, which is many years ago, I always make it for holiday dinners. It's super good, and it's awesome on ice cream. And
I can't wait to make this.
Yeah, it's good. What was I going to say about the turkey? I forgot. Oh, yes. I was going to say the things that can elevate your dinner are things like this sauce or compound butters. And I make a lot of compound butters around Thanksgiving for cooking. So you'll see me do that with the turkey. Oh, yeah. I guess we could talk about that.
So I'll just tell the crowd, Debrianna and I were doing a production meeting for Corona Kitchen, and she explained her turkey process. And it is extensive, but it sounds absolutely phenomenal. So we are going to document the 3-day turkey process. But here's the cool part. We're going to do a contest for the local Corona Kitchen people. We don't know what it is yet, but maybe 3 lucky people will get to taste some of her turkey, and we'll deliver it. Drop it off, masked up.
A little taste here, a little taste there.
Yeah. And then you can show us a picture while you're eating it and tell us what you think.
It has taken me years to develop this recipe. It took me probably the better part of 20 years of trying all kinds of things to make a turkey. And it's a combination of many things I've learned over the years. And I make it at Christmas also, because usually my friends who come for Christmas want it because they're not here for Thanksgiving.
They demand it.
Yeah, and then we eat it for days. It's so fun. So once you get the hang of how you do it, it's just like my list of things.
Right.
I know what I do on this day, what I do on that day, that way it's not overwhelming. And that's always how I do big dinner parties when I do 7 fishes too. I map it all out so I know exactly what I have to do on each day.
Okay, the crowd's going wild, Debrianna. People are like, "Oh my God!" Like, fun. And we think we're doing it. I think the 18th, 19th, and 20th of November.
Yeah,
so
which is next week.
Mark your calendar. Next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's when we're going to do Debrianna's spectacular turkey.
Yeah. That way, if you want to make it for Thanksgiving, or you just want to do it for Christmas, you'll have it. Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. that's my story. I'm just gonna wait till this cooks down a little bit. It'll get thick. But and then I'll add the bourbon and the butter and cook it down a little more. And that's it. That's the whole deal, people.
So
it's
easy.
Really good.
So easy and so good.
Yeah.
I put my chutney last night into a giant mason jar. I didn't know how much it would make. It's still a ton of chutney. So I have some.
Oh, yay.
But it was so good last night. We were taking crackers and cream cheese and just stuffing our faces.
That's so good. I love it.
So anyway, you know.
What if you went on a tofurkey? No, I don't do a tofurkey. No. I don't think my whole method would work on a tofurkey. But
we will do a couple vegetarian recipes because I am of the school, and I don't know about you, Debrianna, but I say no to tofurkey, and I just make some other amazing dish that's not turkey, or that's not a fake turkey for vegetarians, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend any tofurkeys people.
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead and have it if you love it. I don't like it.
No. You know what? I was vegetarian for 10 years, and the only time I broke it was on Thanksgiving. I had to have a turkey sandwich. And of course, when I was vegetarian, there was no tofurkey. There was barely tofu. So
I had to deal with my kids crying at Thanksgivings at my grandma's house because they were vegetarian. They were sad for the turkey. So, and there you go. But they're not that way anymore. So it's okay.
Okay, good.
Acceptance of all. We can coexist.
Yes. And I'm going to try and do a couple of recipes that are gluten-free.
Yeah. So we have desserts coming, turkey. We have side dishes coming. All kinds of cool stuff. And hopefully we'll have someone to talk about wine.
We're going to try.
to get a wine a wine master to or actual winemaker to do it. So
oh my God, this smells so good.
How can it go wrong with the ingredients?
That's just about half now. You can watch me do the rest since we've gabbed. Come here.
Oh, good. It's boiling down. Okay.
Yeah. And you kind of have to, when you're watching it, you have to eyeball where it was. So if you're reducing something by half, you need to, I've been known to, because you know me, I'm a measurer, get out the measuring cup and keep measuring it until it gets half.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to take out a measuring stick and stick it in the pot.
I've done that too, but I have been known to actually take the measuring cup.
Okay.
All right, so you can come on over and see. This is definitely reduced.
See it. We get to see it. Oh.
You get to see it. It's definitely reduced.
Like it went down.
Yeah, it definitely did. Okay. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter.
Butter and bourbon, my kind of meal.
So, if you do make a sweet potato that's in the oven, I definitely with this one suggest using smoked paprika on the potatoes.
Yes.
It really works well with that. And I want to.
This was like watching butter melt. I had to.
Oh,
hell of a lot faster.
I need my 3rd cup. Excuse me. This is
How
it.
much bourbon? How much bourbon do you put in?
1/3 of a cup of bourbon.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use our friends from Santa Fe Spirits bourbon because I don't want to cook with that.
It's the Knob Creek.
This is for Knob Creek.
Industrial size.
Yeah. So you want to make sure again that in case anybody wasn't here to hear me, turn the burner off when you add the alcohol.
Okay.
Because that could get dicey.
Yeah, you can blow things up. You can blow
Flammable.
Don't blow yourself to kingdom come.
Okay, so now I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, and this is probably going to go about 40 minutes till it really gets thick. It doesn't have to get super thick, just enough to coat the back of the spoon. It will thicken up as it sits.
Okay, and then you cool it down.
Yep, and then you put it in the jar and put it in the fridge. And you will be so happy.
I'm making it. I'm making a commitment right now. I will be making this for our Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah. You know, I didn't think about adding it to a drink, but it might be one of those kind of weird, simple syrupy things that you might want to add to a drink. I don't know.
Milkshake.
Could be delicious. It's great on ice cream, so there you go.
That'd be good.
Come on, Donna. Are you come-oning about our tofurkey? Well, Chloe and Jess, if you're watching, we just went on a socially distant walk with our two young friends that are on their way on a road trip to bring one of them to a new job in New York from LA. So hopefully you guys are watching. It was nice to see you.
I'll do a shout out to, even though he's not watching, my cousin Peter, who's been working this last 9 months abroad. He just got home to Santa Fe. He's been quarantined for 2 weeks. He can't see his pregnant wife, Tatiana. So they meet up between the glass, like boy in the bubble. And they just want to, hug, and they can't. But he's almost there.
It's almost there. Well, we're hopeful it'll be over soon, people. Okay, so let me give you some stuff just in case. I'll show you the stuff from last night because we need to know about things. Fair fight.
Yes.
I checked out Brown House box. That's so great. Pandemic of Love, if you want to help some folks out over the holidays who've been affected by COVID. And Swing States, postcards to Swing States will be up next week. You have to have your own postcards though, because there's not enough time for them to send you postcards. So you can get postcards if you want to just put postcards and vote on Amazon, and you can get all kinds of super cool looking postcards.
These are all great things that are going across the banner, and we're going to keep encouraging people to buy local for the holidays this year and support, these kind of independent businesses because everyone's hurting right now. And, if you can, branch out from going to Amazon or your big box store, see what you can do in your community.
I always post the links in our YouTube description. So if you want to try and remember, you don't want to scroll back and watch the whole video, the links to everything.
We realize some people do that.
But you may find them on our YouTube descriptors. The links are in there.
So speaking of YouTube, if you haven't already, could you please subscribe to our YouTube channel? It'd be amazing. It's free. All you gotta do is click on it. Just say subscribe. That's it.
It's all good. It helps us.
We want to try to get to 200. We're at like 169 right now or something. Like, help us get to 200. And if we get to 1,000, it actually monetizes. So come on,
please.
That'd be great.
Okay, you guys, we will see you tomorrow with another Thanksgiving recipe.
Yes. It'll be a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We're excited. This is my favorite holiday. Oh,
Mocktail Friday coming up tomorrow. Once again,
we need it. We need our mocktail cocktail.
It's going to be called the Concede Cocktail.
Oh, that's news to moi, and I like it.